Sonia's mother was still alive. You came here for 2 winters before she died. That was 11 years ago, maybe more.
Have I changed much since then?
Oh, yes. Well, you were young and handsome then, and now you're an old man. And you're no longer handsome, and you drink.
Yes. 10 years have made me another man. And why? Because I'm overworked, nurse. I'm on my feet from dawn till dusk, never a moment to myself. At night, I lie in my blankets waiting to be dragged out to see some patient. In the time that we've known each other, I have not had a single day to myself. Could I help growing old? And life is a dirty, miserable business. It strangles you. Everyone who lives here is odd. After living with them for 2 or 3 years, you start to be odd yourself. Look at his hair, ridiculous hair. I'm odd, nurse. I'm not stupid, though. Thank heavens I've not gone stupid. My feelings are numb. There's nothing I want, nothing I need, nobody I love. Except perhaps only you. I had a nanny like you when I was a child.
Are you sure you don't want anything to eat?
No. The 3rd week of Lent, I went to the epidemic in Voitskaya. It was eruptive typhoid. The peasants were all lying in their huts side by side. Calves and pigs were running around on the floor among the sick. Dirt and smoke everywhere. I worked all day, never stopped to eat or sleep, and when I came home, they had carried in a shunter from the railroad. So I laid him on my operating table, and he went and died in my arms under chloroform. Then my feelings awoke, and my conscience tortured me as if I had killed the man. I sat down, and closed my eyes, and thought, will the people who come after us, the people we're beating the path for 200 years from now, will they think of us with kindness? No, they won't, nurse.
They won't. But God will.
Thank you. You've spoken the truth.
Yes?
Ah, did you sleep well?
Yes, very much so. Ever since the professor knew I came to live here, life seems to have jumped the track. I sleep at all the wrong times, I drink wine, I eat all kinds of fancy things for lunch and dinner. It isn't healthy. You know, Sonia and I used to work all the time, never had a moment to spare. And now Sonia works and I eat, drink, and sleep. It's all wrong.
There's no order in this house. The professor sleeps until noon and the samovar is kept boiling all morning waiting for him. You know, before he came, we used to have tea at 1 o'clock like everyone else, but now we have it at 7. The professor stays up all night reading and writing, and suddenly at 2 in the morning, there goes the bell. What is it? Oh, the professor wants tea. Wake the servants like the samovar. What disorder?
Are they staying here for long?
100 years.
There. Look at this now. The samovar has been on the table for 2 hours, and they're all out walking.
Oh, there, don't fret. Here they are!
Superb, wonderful view.
We'll go to our woods tomorrow. Would you like that, Papa?
Ladies and gentlemen, the tea is ready.
Please take my tea into the library if you would be so kind. I have some work to finish.
You'll like the woods.
There goes our learned scholar on a hot, sultry day with his glove and galoshes.
You try to take good care of his health.
How lovely she is, how lovely. Never in my life have I seen a more beautiful.
No, Marina, but today as I walk in the fields, or as I walk in the shade of the garden, or as I look at this table here, my heart is filled with unbounded happiness. The birds are singing, the weather is charming. We are all living in peace and harmony. What more could we want? I am deeply, deeply grateful.
Her eyes, glorious woman.
Come, Yvonne, tell us something.
What shall I tell you?
Anything new to tell us?
No, it's all stale. I'm the same, perhaps worse, because I've become lazy. I don't do anything now but croak like an old raven. My mother, the old magpie, still babbles on about the emancipation of women. One eye on her grave and another on her books, in which she was always looking for the dawn of a new life.
And the professor?
And the professor sits in his library from morning until night.
Strain the mind, furrow the brow, right, without respite, in hope of praise in future days and now.
Poor paper, he ought to write his own autobiography. Imagine the life of a retired professor, stale as an old biscuit, tortured by gout, headaches, rheumatism, his liver bursting with jealousy and envy, forced to live on the estate of his first wife and hating it because he can't afford to live in town. But I'll tell you something. He's forever whining about his hard lot, though in fact he's extraordinarily lucky. He's the son of a common deacon and has attended university. He's become a professor. He has become the son-in-law of a senator and is called Your Excellency and so on and so forth. He's been writing about art for 25 years. Doesn't know anything about it. He chews on other man's thoughts about naturalism and realism. For 25 years, he reads and writes things that intelligent people already know about, and stupid people don't care anything about. For 25 years, he pours from empty to empty. Just see the man's conceit and presumption all this time. Nobody knows who he is, and yet strides about the earth like the demigod.
I believe you envy him.
Yes, I do! Just look at the success he's had with women. Never Don Juan had it so fun. His first wife, my sister, was a beautiful being, gentle, as pure as the blue heavens above us, generous, kind, noble, had more admirers than he had pupils. And she loved him only as beings of angelic purity love those as pure and as beautiful as themselves. His mother-in-law, my mother, still loves him to this day. And he still inspires a sort of worshipful awe in her. You can see that his second wife is a brilliant beauty. She married him in his old age and has surrendered all the beauty and glory that her freedom has to offer. Why? What for?
Is she faithful to him?
Yes, unfortunately!
Why unfortunate?
Because this faithfulness is unnatural through and through. It sounds well, but there's no logic behind it. It's somehow immoral for a young woman to lie to the face of an old man she can't stand the sight of, and yet very moral for the same woman to strangle her heart in every desire she has for life.
Vanya, I don't like to hear you say such things. Every man that betrays his wife and every wife that betrays her husband is a traitor.
Turn off
The
the
traitor that
tap,
betrays...
waffles.
No, let me say my piece. The day after our wedding, my wife left me and ran away with her lover because of my unpleasant appearance. Since that day, I have remained faithful to her. I support her and I love her and the children that she and her lover have had together. And I still have my pride. And she, her youth is gone. Her beauty has faded according to the laws of nature. And her lover is dead. What does she have now?
Nurse! Nurse, the peasants are here. Now go see what they want out of the tea.
I've really come to see your husband. You wrote to me that he was ill with rheumatism and something else, but he seems perfectly fine to me.
He was very low last night. He complained of pains in his legs. But he seems all right now.
And I galloped 20 miles to get here. Oh well, it's not the first time. Since I'm here, I'll stay till tomorrow, and at any rate sleep quantum satis.
Oh, wonderful! You so seldom spend the night here. Have you had dinner already?
No.
Great, you'll have it with us. We dine at 7 now with cold tea.
Oh, yes, the samovar has cooled down.
Don't bother, Ivan Ivanich. We can drink cold tea.
I beg your pardon, my dear lady, but my name is not Ivan Ivanich, but Ilya. Ilya Telegin. Or Waffles, as I am sometimes called on account of my face. I am Sonia's godfather, and your husband, His Excellency, knows me very well. Perhaps you've been kind enough to notice me here at supper every day.
He is our great help and our right-hand man. Come, Godfather, let me pour your tea.